The Alcohol Funny Car Finals and a rematch from last year where that man finished just a bit short. The man in the opposite lane. It's Paul Gill right there, Mickey Farrell opposite him.
Twice they have met in the final round here at this racetrack. Twice Mickey Farrell and the Ryco Hydraulics car has gotten the win. Twice he has done it by being the better of the cars off the starting line.
Paul Gill debuted at this race back in 1997. But got beat by Tony Bartone on that day. Can he beat Mickey Farrell here? Not going to happen. The car started eating itself up. It's Mickey Farrell, 5.550, 258 miles an hour. And Mickey is now an 8-time national event winner.
How about that? He opened up eliminations with a 5.55. He finished his eliminations 2 days later with a 5.55. 258 miles an hour. Very good run for both drivers off the starting line. This time, though, just the better car there for Mickey Farrell. Saw the smoke out of Paul Gill's car, and Mickey gets the Gainesville win again.
Well, it's incredible. I've got to give it to Paul Gill. I mean, him and I have run this race. All 3 finals was against Paul. So, those guys are really great guys, and they're friends of ours over there. I mean, we had a little bit of an up and down weekend, but he came through when he had to come through, and we got it to run pretty decent in the final. So we're happy for Ryco, for Hedman, for Chris at Hedman, and Lori and Dennis at the Green Stuff. My family at home, all those who support us. We're really happy that we got this one.
And here we go, top alcohol dragster. This one's going to be fun. That man, Bill Reichert, been a 5-time champion. Never won the Gatornationals. The guy on the other side, though, is trying to go back-to-back. Chris Dempke. This is a fueled blown. It's going to be fun.
Dempke beat Reichert in the semifinals here last year. Went on to win the race. Reichert beat Dempke at Indy in the semifinals. Went on to win the race. So some great battles here between these two guys. They split their 4 meetings. They've one of the best supercharged car and the best injected car here, and a chance to put some points on the board here. The right-hand lane seems to be the favorite lane. Of course, a lot of the higher qualified cars took that in the opening stanza, but right now you got Bill Reichert in the injected car, the A-Fuel car, who told me last week at that South Georgia Motorsports Park, I want to win Gainesville. I've never won it. It's one of the majors.
Took Chris Dempke a long time to score a national event win. Now he seems to be ripping them off left and right. This one could be a big early season score for Greenlight team to pull it off. Yes, he can. How about Chris Dempke? Goes 5.306 seconds, but that's not what's important. How about back-to-back at the Gators?
That is just a great job by a crew that has just been on fire the last 2 seasons. They've had a great run here. They've been living in the 520s, about a 530 there. A little bit surprised that was good enough to get around Bill, who goes 5.31. Big speed by Dempke at 271 miles an hour. Nice showing. Great way to start the season for Jerry Mattern's team.
Well, Eddie Krawiec has had an incredible weekend, but he's 1 win line away from scoring the most points possible in pro stock motorcycle history. That's 150. It's only happened 1 time before in the modern era with the little points. That was Mike Edwards, who won in Virginia a couple years ago. He scored also 150 points.
Andrew Hines is 4-2 over Eddie in final rounds. Pro stock motorcycle, the final at Gainesville.
Advantage off the starting line. Good race.
It's going to be hard to take away, but Krawiec does it. He drives around with a 682, 194 mile an hour pass 3 times in a row now. Eddie Krawiec has won the Gatornationals. Now let's go to debrief now.
Standing right beside the water box is Mike Edwards and Greg Anderson get set to do their burnouts. It was your brother in 2004 that got Harley-Davidson their first win. It was Eddie Krawiec with a perfect weekend that got them their 39th. How surprised are you that how good these Harley-Davidsons have been, especially this weekend?
Boy, we really turned the corner there after Phoenix last year, and bike's been on a rail. Got 2 great riders, 2 great bikes. Everything's working flawlessly. Had a little electrical fire there in the second round, but came back from that. I think they had the worst track of the weekend, but we were here.
When's the next best opportunity for 200?
Maybe Houston, maybe Englishtown. We'll see.
Wally different.
Man, it sure is sweet. You know, this was like the perfect weekend. I said earlier in the weekend, if I went 200 and won the event, I would just retire because it would be the perfect, you can't top that. But thanks to Service Central. You know, they sponsored a race. They do a lot for this facility and help us out here. And I got to get a couple of their Wallies. But Willie G's in the house. It's an awesome deal for us to go out there and win. And even more important, we debuted some new Harley-Davidson bodies out there. So thanks for all the guys. Thanks for everybody for their support. My crew did an awesome job. Everybody, we are on top of it. Thank you.
Congratulations.
The Pro Stock Final. The 2010 champ takes on the 2009 champion. Edwards, he's looking to win his first ever race here in Gainesville.
Now, as I said earlier, lane choice does seem to make a difference with Pro Stock. Pro Stock like a very good storyline to launch, and everybody in that Pro Stock contingent feel that right lane has just a little bit of an edge on the launch, and that's why everybody in the Pro Stock category with lane choice has taken the right lane, unlike all the other categories where it's been mixed, and we've seen good races in both lanes.
Yeah, and if Greg Anderson could pull off the win here, it will give Ken Black Racing a sweep through the start of the season. They've won everything.
He's got to get around Mike Edwards. Mike Edwards, he's got to get a good launch, a good 60-foot time. We know he has the horsepower, but he's going to be in the first 60 feet, both that react time and how the car launches.
Sun coming down on the track.
All free for Mike Edwards.
Where are you coming from with him? Boy, Edwards is driving the whole shot.
656 beats a 653. 56 beats a 53. Good job, man. Good job.
He's one of the best. I mean, you're a couple old guys out here just having a good time. But you know, we got Penna Hall and K&N and ART and Interstate Batteries. I tell you, we got such an awesome team. And
how nice a shot on the arm.
Oh man, we need a win. I mean, we struggled so, and we run good, then we run bad, and we run bad here on Saturday. But we run good yesterday and today.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Stack Guy Special, 4th straight year the Gatornationals Pro Stock Finals been settled on a hole shot.
Won it on a hole shot. Mike, did you feel like you had to beat him at the tree in order to win this one?
You get my age, you got to beat them all the time at the tree. I just struggled a lot with that, but that's part of it. But hats off to my guys. We came out here on Monday and won a race, and just thanks to all my guys back at the shop and everybody here. Just of course all my good friends and people that support us. Penn Hall, and especially ART and Derek and Kathy that was down the road here. So my heart's heavy today for Mark Ingersoll. He lost his dad Saturday night. Buddy Ingersoll, he's a great friend of mine, and going to go down there and go to the services, I guess, on Saturday. But we lost a good friend and a good racer. But it's part of life. But I just want to thank God, give him all the praise and the glory.
Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
Johnny Gray told me back in the staging lanes that they actually had to back it down a little bit on the setup, but he said one thing that does not back down is his confidence. He said he is so ready for this final round. They've waited all night, waited through the rain, and now he's ready for the Wally.
So looking at those two, who do you think is the most capable of making that change?
Why? Boy, your guess is as good as mine. Both these guys have done very well. Rob Wendland and Jimmy Proctor. Remember, Johnny Gray and Rob Wendland and that entire Tire Kingdom King have been running outstanding since we started the countdown last season. Remember, they just missed getting in, and then they were probably one of the best cars during the entire countdown. They've basically carried that over this year. We heard about a little bit of a mechanical problem that they had. They got that fixed. Jimmy Proc in the AAA car, they struggled. I talked with Jimmy in both Pomona and Phoenix, and he said he just, typical, clutch issues, trying to figure out what the car wants. But obviously they got it all together in Phoenix, figured out what it wants. And I can tell you one thing, when Jimmy Proc gets a handle on it, he usually goes out and wins a few races in a row.
Lanes here are even as well. For Robert Height, if he can win this thing, it's his second win of this season and the 3rd straight for the John Force Racing team. Johnny Gray is just looking for his 2nd win ever. And he's not going to go. Oh, wait a minute. We got a paddle fest. Robert comes out of it first. Robert Height takes the win of 486, 236 miles an hour. And John Force Racing has won the first 3 events of this year and of last year.
No, the tune-up was pretty critical there, but how about the job your driver did in saving that?
Yeah, he did a great job, you know, reeling it in. We missed the setup there a little bit. Actually looked like I probably backed up too much, was shaking. But it's a great win. You know, I've really wanted to do well here. You know, we lost Eric here, and I wanted to get John Medlin back in the winner's circle here, and we did that, and I'm really thankful and glad for that to happen.
You did it while getting Robert in the winner's circle at the Gators, too, for the first time ever.
Robert, you've won them all. Now you have your first Gatornationals trophy. What does this one mean to you?
This is so huge. This race is so big. You know, it's one that you look back. Ron Capps said it best a few years ago when he won it the first time. It's like when you retire, you don't want to look back and say you didn't win the used to be the Mac Tools Gatornationals, but it's just so huge. Can't believe it. There's so much pressure. It's like there was 2 first rounds today. We're having to come back today after the rain, and just all the pressure of all these people you have to face. Jack Beckman, Ron Capps, all the DSR guys. They are tough. It's going to be a dogfight all year long. What I'm really proud of is that the Auto Club, we're showing our worth now. We're getting them some wins and getting them some coverage. They deserve that. Traxxas, they haven't missed a winner's circle yet. Everybody, thank you. Ford, everybody. This is awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And that brings us to Top Fuel, the last run of the event. The kings of the sport, 8,000 horsepower apiece. And it's 7-time champion Tony Schumacher. As you take a look at how he got to this final, he's trying desperately to get the win that has eluded him for over a year now. To do that, he will have to go up against Morgan Lucas. There's Morgan. This is the first final for these guys facing one another since Memphis back in 2009. And that one, by the way, was won by Lucas.
Well, I got to say right now, the sun on the racetrack has brought you've been an equalizer between these two teams. Obviously, we've seen what Morgan Lucas has done when it's been cool and tight track conditions. We heard Tony Schumacher talk about how well they ran in the heat, which was basically the first session on Friday was pretty warm. They were low of that session with a 385. Now, I don't believe the conditions are quite that bad because we have more rubber on the racetrack. The surface is better with all the cars we've had running, but it definitely plays to their hand a little bit.
That guy.
When you saw Team Force sweep the start of the season, Don Schumacher trying to do the same. That has never been done in Top Fuel history.
Oh, and wow. Schumacher goes up in smoke. What is this guy got to do to win?
Wow.
374, 326 mile an hour pass, the second quickest run ever, and he did it with the sun beating down on the track. Morgan Lucas has won for the first time here at Gainesville.
And what is so cool down here on the starting line amidst all of the celebration, here is a man that looks like he has complete control of his race car. The 374 shocked us all right there. Did it shock you?
I mean, a little. It's been trying to run good, and we haven't been able to get it to go early. And, you know, I've just been trying to pick away at the first 1.5 seconds of the run, and it's been getting better every run, and just trying to make the right calls, you know. Some days it's just your day, I guess.
Welcome to the club, by the way. You've now tuned Funny Car and Top Fuel to victory lane.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Just now realizing that, aren't you?
Cloud cover? We don't need no stinking cloud cover.
Thank you very much, sir.
Morgan Lucas collecting his Wally. It was an outstanding performance. Morgan, the second quickest run in history to win a race. What does this mean to you?
Actually, it's funny because I could have swore everything Aaron was doing was going to back the car down a little bit, but you know what, this is a Monday race in Gainesville, so I got to dedicate this win to Eric Medlin. As much as I want to dedicate it to my new fiance, which I love, and all my great friends and family and everybody at Geico, we all miss Eric a lot, and I've always wanted to win here, so this is just a really proud moment for me. I'm really proud of this whole team. We're actually in the Traxxas shootout now, so that's kind of cool too, but everybody at Lucas Oil, I told you eventually we're going to get this figured out, and everybody Mav and Mac Tools is just a oh, it was an awesome day. Thanks, guys.
Congratulations.
Eric Medlin, who was intensely popular with the fans and the drivers and crews alike, died at this racetrack 5 years ago in a test.
Give me a 4 up for Eric.